Hi, all of our Gunpla TV fans. Scott Hards here. I have been looking forward to doing this segment for a while. You may remember a couple of weeks ago, I kind of snuck in here in the middle of a recording and stole the brand new Gundam from Todd, who was looking forward to building it. Well, I've been looking forward to building this for a long time myself. The new Gundam has always been one of my favorite mechs. I found the time in my schedule. I got it done. It's awesome. Let's go take a quick look right now. And ta-da! There she blows. Just look at that baby. Okay, I know. We're too far out. Let's take a closer look. Alrighty. Zooming in. Of course, this is a real grade kit, so it's standing about, well, to the top of the fins here. We're at about maybe 20 centimeters, probably a little less, maybe 17 or so. But yeah, I am so happy with all the detail and the panel lines and the design. Just about everything about this is exactly what I wanted in a new Gundam kit. That's always fun to say, isn't it? New Gundam. I've built this kit twice now. I also did the master grade, and we're going to be taking a look at that for comparison in a second. But way back in the day, there was a thing called the High Complete Model series from Bandai, of sort of semi-completed toy-like models, and it was nothing as good as this was. But it was so fiddly and hard to pose, and the fin funnels would fall off all the time, and this thing has none of those problems. It's great to see how over the years Bandai's technology has just gotten great. So let's play with this a little bit, because the best part about it so far, in my view, besides the fact that it just looks completely cool, is that it's really nice and firm, and it's easy to pose. Let me mount the camera here, and we'll take a look at some of the other stuff it can do too. So if a Gundam kit is, flippy floppy and you can't get it into the pose that you want, then it's completely useless. I've actually thrown away some of my builds because of some of the older master grade kits. You just couldn't get them to do what you wanted. But like most of the new real grade kits, this thing is nice and stiff and really posable. Even with all this stuff on its back, you would think, that it would be really back heavy. But it's very easy to get him to stand up, even with the backpack and the funnels and the shield and everything. So yeah, the joints are, the usual double jointed type of joints, so we can get a good flexion here. Let's take the funnels off and see if we can do some cool action poses here. Take the shield off, which also snaps off from the forearm easily. And one pose also, you've got the bazooka on the back here. One of the things I like to do with my Gundams is try to do a knee down shooting pose like this, to see if they're flexible enough to allow that to happen. And yeah, sorry for bumping the camera there, but yeah, you can see that if you want to, you can actually get him into one of those like crouched shooting poses if you wanted to. There we go. All right. So that's shows off some of the flexibility of the kit. And one of the biggest, of course, characteristics of the new Gundam are the funnels. These, I had a coworker who was into Gundam ask me, what are those? And I had a problem trying to explain exactly what they are. Well, they're these little laser shooting things that fly around and are controlled by ESP and shoot at the bad guys. But the master grade kit, even, the funnels had, of course, a hinge mechanism so that you can bend them. But they developed one of those preformed hinge mechanisms specifically for the funnels on this kit, and they work great. So it's nice and stiff. And if you wanted to work out a way to mount the funnels in the floating way that he uses to shoot them, it would be really easy to keep them exactly how you want. And of course, more importantly, they don't flop around when they're on the backpack unit like this, or mounted together like this. They have a quick and easy system for snapping them together. There's some little female joints here, and then deployable joints here, or snap fits there, and they go together really, really easy. So boom, there you go, and you're ready to go back onto the backpack unit. So yeah, great design on the fin funnels. I think it's definitely the best iteration they've had of these fin funnels in any of the versions of the new Gundam that have ever been out. So like any real grade kit, of course, everything moves on this. His backpack, the place for the saber to mount this moves. Everything's fully posable. The cockpit can open. It's a little bit kludgy, so I'm not going to do it fully here, but you can actually open and display the cockpit. But it's got some features that aren't even present on the master grade kit. Like, for some reason, I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be, but the bottom of the skirt fins on the front here can pull out and deploy like that. I guess he's better, stronger, faster when that happens. And these little nozzles or intakes on his calves here can also slide forward. Not much of a difference, but it's one of those little fun gimmicks that you can do there to make it make the appearance change from time to time, if that's what floats your boat. So yeah, I loved every minute of building this thing. There were no snafus, no problems, or no poor instructions or confusing instructions that made it hard to figure out what Bandai wanted you to do. The only thing that challenged me, and I'm half embarrassed to say it, is a couple of these stickers are really, really tiny. You know, you've got the little foil sticker that goes right in here, and also the sticker for the eyes and stuff. And some of those are really, really tiny and were kind of challenging to my vision at this point in my career, but don't worry, you'll get there too at some point. But yeah, speaking of times here, the build probably took me, I believe, 6.5, possibly 7 hours to put them all together, and that includes everything, the weapons and the funnels and the shield and all. And then I spent about another hour on decals. And I will confess, I have not put every single decal on this thing. There's some very tiny ones that go in a few places scattered around the body, but all of the major ones that really give it the super great modern technical appearance, of course I've got all those in place. And you know, I love this, the new Gundam logo, you know, like here on the shield. So yeah, probably about a 7.5 hour investment in time in total to get this bad boy where he is right now. So yeah, besides in the accessory department, of course, you've already seen he's got the bazooka. Of course, you've got the rifle. The saber is in the backpack right here, but I don't have the pink translucent plastic beam that's included with that. He comes with closed fists, open hands, and also hands that are dedicated for holding each of the weapon types. So you don't have to try to fiddle around with getting, you know, the weapon to mount in a general purpose hand. You can see like here how we've got a hand that's specifically designed for holding the rifle, and it keeps it nice and secure. So just one less thing to fiddle with when you're trying to get a really good pose going. And that's always appreciated. Now, as I've mentioned, there's a few changes from the Master Grade kit besides the overall appearance. There's more gimmicks on this, as I mentioned. And while we're talking about it, why don't we compare them directly? And there you have them side by side. So this, of course, here is the brand new Real Grade NU Gundam. And over here we have another piece from my collection, which until yesterday had a prominent position in one of my display cases at home. This is the NU Gundam version Katoki Master Grade in the platinum coating. So yeah, it's not really fair to compare them because this guy actually costs 4 times more than this guy. But here's the amazing thing. Detail-wise, I think the Real Grade may actually look a little bit better. I think it actually may look a little bit better. I particularly love the look on the shoulder here with the markings and all of the different design work they've done there. Over on the Master Grade, you can see it's a bit simpler. It's shiny, and shiny's cool. But I just kind of like this look a little bit better myself, actually. Of course, he's not losing his throne at my house because I really love this thing. But you know, when I was just handling it now, and I'm kind of, you know, worried about touching him, he's a lot more floppy and loose than the Real Grade kit is. The Real Grade kit, I started out this review saying it, but it's a lot more firm, a lot more rigid, a lot easier to pose than this guy is. So yeah, for posability or playability, if you will, these Real Grade kits are absolutely phenomenal, and this NU Gundam is no exception. Now, one sad thing to report is at the moment, as we're recording this video, we are heavily back-ordered. So you're not going to be able to get one of these shipped right immediately, but we know for a fact that we have more coming in October. Bandai is out of these themselves because it's been such a popular new item. And we've shipped many of them, but we've got more coming. So don't be disconcerted by the fact that it says backorder on our website. There are more coming, so there's absolutely no problems in making sure that you get one. But yeah, I'm never going to get tired of this design. The funnels are kind of a weird thing, but when you watch them in the movie, they're very cool. And these are just, I think, this is like the iconic design of the original type of Gundam in the original type of markings, and operated by good old Amuro. So yeah, I hope you can hear the love because I really, really love this thing, and I'm glad I got to use my executive privilege to steal it from Todd because I had a blast building it, and I hope that you do too. That's my review. See you again next time.